Hello everybody and welcome back to Operation Logistics, where it's been a while where I have been recording the one for today on today, but here we are. Shouldn't be the case for much longer though. So, I actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I blame Easter. It's all Easter's fault. I was planning on recording this yesterday. Anyway, there are two major things that we've forgotten to do in the generate pickup package function here. Well, really more one thing in this function, but one thing in another function. So first thing we forgot to do is we forgot to add the destination. So awaiting delivery.add, and then this would be the parcel.destination, and then we just add in parcel. So we've now put in our delivery that we are awaiting. So that's good. We can now access that. Always nice. The other thing that we forgot to do is we determined that there would only ever be one package awaiting pickup from a location at a time. So we need to go into our business, or rather our building, and make sure that that's actually true. So if close enough to player structure is all well and good, but we should also do if parcel manager dot awaiting pickup dot contains key location and close enough to player structure, but we want it to be if it doesn't contain the key. So we'll go ahead and just negate that with an exclamation mark right there. So if it does not contain the key at the current location, and then we check if it's close enough to player structure, so that now the same building doesn't generate a package multiple times. Next, the other thing that I had planned for right now is a little bit of time in Blender. So here we are in Blender, and actually I believe that I did not turn on screencast keys. So let's go ahead and go into here. Screencast keys is indeed not on. Excellent. And then I believe I needed to go in here and start display. Yes. Okay. So, I'm just going to go relatively quickly here. We really don't need the light or the camera. As far as this cube goes, I mean, yeah, we can make use of that. So what are we doing here? We are making a representation of our 4 types of parcels. So let's just go ahead and scale this down on the y-axis here, down to pretty thin, like maybe 0.1. And then on the z-axis as well, down to about 0.5 seems good. Excellent. Now, I kind of want these edges to be a bit rounded. So let's just go ahead and do we want to do a subsurf or do we want to just manually do it? Let's manually do it. Let's put in 2 loop cuts here and 2 loop cuts here. And then grab this along the normal and then place it about 0.8 seems good. Alt click to grab this and then grab that along the normal as well, about 0.8. And then the same thing here, grab along the normal, 0.8, but that needs to be negative 0.8. And then the same thing here, grab that along the normal, negative 0.8. Okay, now we're not going to make this like super in depth, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at what our edge length is here. Edge length of 2, apparently. That doesn't seem normal. Let's go to global, 0.2. That's more like it. And then this edge length, as you can see, is 0.3 repeating. So or actually 0.13 repeating. Let's actually just scale this in so that this is the same 1.333. We're very close to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. 1.332 is probably good enough. But, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't good enough at all. 1.0001. One too many zeros? One too many zeros. Okay, there we go. Now this is good. Excellent. Now we do need to change this height so that this is about the same, 1.333. So let's just grab this negative 0.1 and then grab it up 0.0334. There we go. And the same thing down here. Grab it up 0.1 and then grab it down 0.03. No. What am I doing? Grab it down 0.033. It needs to be negative 0.0334. There we go. Now these are perfect squares all along here, theoretically. I believe they are. Let's check. Yep, up here these are all perfect squares. Excellent. We want them to not be squares. We want them to be triangles. I just want a small amount of smoothing. So I'll just delete all those vertices. And we'll just create some faces, like so, to just give it a tiny amount of smoothing. Not a huge amount, but it's now just slightly less sharp. About like so. Okay. And then the question is, do I actually like that? I kind of feel like I don't. I mean, we can move this along the x-axis and make that a bit smaller. What's 0.1333 divided by 2? That's not helpful. I'll pull up a calculator for that. 0.1333 divided by 2. 0.06665. 0.06665, that direction. And then we would need to go up 0.06665. And yeah, I like that a little bit better. I think that works fine. So we'll bring this 0.06665. There we go. And then we'll bring this down 0.06665. Yeah, I like that a fair amount better. Now, I do want this thing to be able to open in some way. Like, I want there to be an open animation for, like, when you pick it up or something. I don't know. It'd be a little weird, I guess. But for that to happen, we would need a couple of things. One, well, maybe we should do it via shape keys. But the first thing that we're going to need is we are going to need a subdivision here. And then we will grab that down to be at a z of 0. That's the first thing we'll need. Second thing we'll need is for this to technically be unconnected. So let's go ahead and delete only this face, like so. And then this here can stay connected like that. And then we're going to want to delete only this face. And then we can go ahead and grab this triangle here and create that. And then we can extrude that out ever so slightly. I mean, it doesn't have to be a huge amount. But if we do, we'd need to extrude this as well, which would end up meaning we probably would want to extrude this. Yeah. I mean, maybe we just shouldn't make there be an animation at all. That would be a lot easier. And I'm lazy, so there we have it. Decision is made. So let's go ahead and bring this up then, the 0.06665. And then we can go ahead and re-delete only faces here. We are not going to be needing this edge either, so we can go ahead and delete that edge. And then we can take this and form a rectangle like that, or rather a quad, and then form a quad like that, and then a triangle like this. That said, we are going to need a vertice here. So let's go ahead and do a subdivision here, as well as here. And then we'll just move that to be about the right location, right there. About there. We want 0.43338 as our z value. So 0.43338 is where we want it. Let me just adjust my DPI so we can get a little bit more in depth and go into user ortho and zoom way in. So 0.4338. Right there. Perfect. Now we want to do the same thing for this guy. Zoom on in, grab it along this edge, 0.433, and then 38 as I adjust my DPI, but we're zoomed out slightly too far. We'll be able to get it just fine from right here. There we go. Excellent. And the reason we needed to do that is because we still want this line here. We want to be able to create a... Well, essentially, we're recreating in 3D the logo of this game. So let's go ahead and then delete only edges, or rather only faces here. Technically, we don't need... Oh no, those edges are fine. And the reason I wanted to do this was just because I want to make this an actual triangle, just for the purposes of edge flow. Like that. Okay. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and do that. Now, realistically, as far as filling this in, the best way to do that would be to do this, this, and this. If we had a vertex here, I would do it differently, but we don't. So, there we go. So obviously, it's pretty featureless right now. We're going to need to grab our colors, though. So let's go ahead and create ourselves a second material. And we'll call this, like, envelope and border. And these are just going to be colored. That's all they're going to be. I'm not going to bother switching over to cycles or making it be a node-based material or anything. That seems a little bit like overkill. So let me just pull open the Operation Logistics thumbnail here quick. There it is. And we're just going to steal these colors. So let's go into our background. We're going to grab this color. And this color is F8, F4, E4. Okay. So, this color here can then be, easily enough, F8, F4, E4. And it just becomes this slight off-white color. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to need our border color. And that, if we come, I believe here has the border? No, that's just a shadow. Where is it? Ah, here's a border. Okay. So this color is BFBCB0. Sounds good to me, says the colorblind guy. Okay, BFBCB0, and that's our border color right there. And then I'm just going to go through and grab all of these border faces here. For right now, this side will be enough. Like so, and then we'll just alt-click this edge loop in order to select that full edge loop. And then we will grab back here as well. There we go. And now realistically, the specularity of this should be basically gone. There should be no specularity whatsoever here. Excellent. And that'll do, for now. Anyway, we can make that prettier, but for now, that'll get the point across that there is a parcel. Now that's not a package, and it's also not a crate, and it's also not a shipping container. We'll have a different mesh for each of those. But for right now, it is time to put a cut in, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will work on the mesh for the parcel. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.